Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Jessica Abernathy, and with me today is Trisha Montgomery, and you are listening to Pets Are Family. Hi,
Hi,
Trish.
Jessica.
Hi, Trish.
I see Mr. Brutus in the background there.
Yes, he's sitting here with me today.
Good, good, good. Well, I've got a
Yep.
little friend in the back there. You can probably
I
see Mr.
know.
Frank. We'll talk about that later, but Mr. Frank is with me. So anyway,
Love that.
so today we have a really, I'm going to call it poignant, absolutely beautiful, and he's peeing.
Good job, Frank. Not really. Solid job, Frank. At least
Thanks.
your half brother over here and you are solid. You both are solid. Solid. Yeah, you two are definitely from the
Thanks,
same
Frank.
family.
And I knew he had to go pee. I knew it because he wants to go outside. Okay,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I hope you cut that out.
I think we should leave it in. No offense. I think it's real.
Oh,
It's real. People
the
get it. We're potty training. No offense. It's real.
yes,
People are potty
the
training people. Potty training is no joke.
it is not a joke, and he's going to be in the background here. He's now up. So I
Yep.
don't know if to let him out really quick. Shall I let him out really quickly and then come back in here, Jessica?
You can if you
Okay.
think that's going to
Okay.
help.
No,
We could, you know,
no, he's
I,
okay. We're no, we're okay now. He's just kind of
okay.
sitting there. We're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the real
So,
world, folks.
hi, Frank. So, this podcast has a beautiful story to it. It's a love story. It's sad, it's poignant, but it's something that I don't think that I ever really thought about, and that's related to snake bites. Friend of mine who I've known since grade school, junior high, high school, and who has been a very close friend of mine throughout the years, and one of my best friends. And in 2019, um, she had they had just arrived at Lake Smith in Alabama for a celebration party, and her husband was actually walking the new puppy, and there was a baby copperhead coiled up, and I believe in an effort to perhaps protect the puppy, it attacked Chum, her husband, Oliver Charlie, instead, and within 72 hours he was gone.
Mm.
And there's a foundation for him now called Live Like Chum on, I believe it's snakebitefoundation.org. We'll get the information out there to you guys. But what I didn't realize is the amount of people and pets who are bitten by snakes every year. There's
Hmm.
approximately 150 dogs and cats in the United States who are bitten by snakes every year. And you're just out there walking and they're playing, and they just, it comes out of nowhere. And I believe there's over 600,000 people that are bitten by snakes every year. More often than not, these are not fatal. However, in the case of Mary Lou's husband Chum, he did go into anaphylactic shock, and there was no saving him. An EpiPen could not have helped. I mean, there was nothing that could have been done, because it really began to attack the organs, because it was a baby copperhead, and the venom was so strong. It's something that people, I think, need to know about. Related to the types of snakes that are out there. The statistics that more cats than dogs are bitten by snakes, and what they talk about as far as the frequency of a fatal blood clot that can happen in both pets and their people. And then also ways to improve the chances of survival if your pet is bitten by a snake. So for non-venomous snakes, you just wash the wound in mild soap to prevent infection. There's watch for signs of infection. Obviously, get them to the veterinarian immediately. Most people don't really know that their pet's been bitten by a snake. In the case of a venomous snake, get to your local veterinarian, get to an emergency care as soon as possible. Walk or carry your pet to the vehicle and keep your pet calm. And most importantly, you should keep calm as well, because activity, and I didn't even realize this, activity allows the toxin to spread quickly throughout the body. And they talk about the timing, they talk about therapies, hot packs, cold packs within the bite area. But really what they're saying is remain calm, grab the car keys and seek veterinary help immediately. And of course, knowing that the snake bites can be helpful, but again, in most cases, they're not. You don't know what happened. You really don't know what happened, and all of a sudden, your dog or your cat is exhibiting signs of weakness or blowing up, and some people compare it to a raccoon. Getting stung by getting a skunk or a raccoon, something like that, and they don't often know that it is a snake bite. So don't risk getting bitten. What they also say is that humans try to step in and they get bitten instead, which is why there's 600,000 versus the 150,000 for pets and their people. So it's really interesting on that. But related to Mary Lou, she lost her husband because of this. And the foundation just came on board called Live Like Chum, and money is being raised for awareness. It is a 501c3 through the snakebitefoundation.org, and everything is going to the awareness of snake bites, and not just for people, but for pets as well. And I think that it's really important for us to be talking about this and understand a little bit more about that and the importance of this as well.
It'll be interesting, and I've got a couple questions for Mary Lou. It'll be interesting to see what she has to say and stuff. I've lived in areas that have rattlers, so I've actually done some of this training. So and you didn't know that because you didn't ask. So I'm waiting to hear this. So it's interesting. I've also lived in areas that have black widows. So there's a type of training that they teach you ahead of time. So for your animals and humans, to deal with if you get bit by a black widow and stuff like that. We used to have a black widow that lived in one of our windowsills. We called her Lucy. She lived there for quite some time. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting, and it's interesting I'm really interested to hear what she has to say. I mean, rattlers are no joke. When we had Leroy, Pops was on there. We told you that Bubba was bit, but Bubba was bit by a rattler.
Yeah.
So, we've been through it. We know what it is. And one of the other things and I'm really interested to see what Mary Lou has to say is when you live in an area that does have them, not all vets have the capability of. Well, they don't have the treatment. So you also have to know where to go if your animal gets bit, because they don't have the serums to give them.
So you just can't go to your local veterinarian, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's different than what the foundations and even the Morris Animal Foundation is saying, to get to your local veterinarian immediately. But don't you feel it'd be best to go to the veterinarian rather than not going to the veterinarian?
Well, I mean, yes, I'm going to say yes, because that's exactly what you need to do. But because, if you're a seasoned pet owner, and you move into that area, do your research ahead of time and find out if your animal was bit by one, where would you go? Does that make sense? So you want to be prepped ahead of time. Like, hey, yeah. And that's, what I mean? We did the same thing. We figured it out ahead of time. So, but if you don't think about it, you don't, it's like, my animal's going to get bit. You don't think about it ahead of time sometimes. So that's why I want to hear what Mary Lou has to say. So it's really interesting. So I'm very fascinated by this, and I'm really sorry about her husband, because it's awful. You know what I mean? So Thanks for listening to Pets Are Family. You can find us on all the channels now. Yes, all the channels now. So make sure you share us with your friends, your families, and your coworkers, and anybody that has a pet. Make sure you like us, give us your feedback, tell us if anything that you want us to talk about, all that fun stuff. You can reach me at jessica@petsourfamily.net or trisha@petsourfamily.net. Thank you for everything that you guys do, but make sure you like us, subscribe, check us out on YouTube. You can always see what we're up to. And we want to thank all of our sponsors, all of the people that support us. We love every one of you, and we can't thank you enough. And remember, check out Moose's March, moosesmarch.com, moosesmarch.com. Come check us out. Talk to you guys soon. We'll see you next week. Bye.